So here is a fun fact about my musical relationship with Lauv. His song "I Like Me Better," actually a cover of his song "I Like Me Better," is actually my wedding song. Me and my wife really loved this song. I just thought it was a great lyric and great song in general. And "I Like Me Better," a cover, is my wedding song. So that's a little fun fact about my musical relationship with Lauv. Big fan of his music. Today he's covering "Used to Be Young" Miley Cyrus in the BBC Live Radio Lounge. I'm a huge fan of these radio lounge covers. I think that they're really cool, especially when the artist really learns the song. I haven't seen this video yet, but especially when the artist really learns the song and like really knows, like, you know, they're not reading off a chart, if that makes sense. Or when the artist really changes the vibe of the song. I think both of those are really cool. So let's see what we got. This is Lauv, "Used to Be Young" cover. Beautiful piano.
Truth is bulletproof, there's no fooling you. I don't dress the same. Me and who you say I was yesterday, gone our separate ways.
He's got such a distinct voice.
I'm living fast somewhere in the past, cause that's what chasing cars. Turns out open bars lead to broken hearts. I'm going way too far.
Alright, before we get any farther, let's talk about this. Super distinct voice. Like, Lauv has one of those voices where you hear and immediately be like, "Oh, I know that voice. That, you know, that's Lauv." Second of all, the piano sounds ridiculous. One of my goal dream instruments, like when I have, you know, infinite money to spend on instruments, is an actual Rhodes electric keyboard. I think it is one of the most beautiful instruments out there, and like having an actual electric keyboard is beautiful. I'm actually really, to be honest, I'm surprised. So what he's using is a Nord keyboard. Nords are the most popular live music keyboard. If you've watched almost any single live performance ever, especially with at least artists at his level and above, even I'd say below, or at 99% of church performances, because a lot of churches use them. Nord makes the most popular electric keyboard. Like their sounds are so good. They have a couple different versions of them. They have the Nord Stage, they have the Nord Electro, which he's using the Electro. But I'm actually surprised because I thought that it was going to be a real electric piano because its sound was so good, and that's my point. Like, it was really a Rhodes, and the sound just sounded just like an actual piano. So you can see that he had the chart over here on the side, which is fine, whatever, it's cool. But it's so far it's a really cool cover, man. I gotta say, I like the big reverb.
Broken hearts, I'm going way too far. I know I used to be crazy. I know I used to be fun. You say I used to be wild.
This fits his voice really well.
I used to be young. You tell me time has done changed me. That's fine, I've had a good run. I know I used to be crazy. That's cause I used to be young.
Dude, the vocal grit that he's pulling out in this track is pretty sick, man. Like, just hearing, like, he's kind of going back between this full voice and head voice, and the contrast between the two, it gives a really cool emotional feel.
Take one point out, it's not worth crying about the things you can't erase. The tattoos and regrets, words I never meant, ones that got away.
It's a great lyric.
Left my living fast somewhere in the past, took another road. Turns out credit rooms empty, I just there's somewhere else to go. Yeah, I know I used to be crazy. I know I used to be fun. You say I used to be wild. I say I used to be young. Tell me time has done changed me. Let's find I've had a good run.
He's got a lot of random tattoos.
I know I used to be crazy. That's cause I used to.
One cool thing about this cover before we continue is it's cool because like they say that you could tell a good song by the ability to like play it on any instrument. You know, if you take the song and you could cover on a piano, guitar, ukulele, whatever the case is, and if it translates well, that means it's a good song, period, regardless of the production. So it's cool to be like, this is actually, it sounds great in itself, the way that it's being performed, which is really cool because it's just a simple piano live performance. But his voice fits this really well, and it's crazy. Like the melody, like when he goes into that chorus melody, it almost actually sounds like it could be one of his melodies. Just the way that it's being like just the sound of it. Everybody has a distinct songwriting style, and I feel like this could like totally be in his style.
That's 'cause I used to be young.
His voice is great, man. Nice. Got some shaky fingers, man.
I know I used to be crazy, messed up, God, was it fun? I know I used to be wild.
Did you see that?
Messed up, God.
Isn't that kind of... It said messed up right there, and it looks like he hit the wrong note, and you can see a little smirk, but this is the huge key of a professional performer. Like, it wasn't so detrimental that it ruined the song, and like 99.9% of listeners would not notice that. But the difference between that and an amateur performer, the amateur performer would have made a whole big deal at hitting the wrong note and made everybody feel uncomfortable. But he just kept going, and 99% of people wouldn't have noticed. But look at the little smirk on his face.
I know I used to be crazy, messed up, God, was it fun? I know.
But it's kind of ironic that it was on that lyric.
That's 'cause I used to be young. I was wasted times and now wasted. I remember everyone. I know I used to be crazy. That's 'cause I used to be young. You tell me time
Such a great melody.
change me. That's fine, I've had a good run. I know I used to be crazy. That's 'cause I used to be young.
Does a great job of hitting those high notes, man. That like just a jump up from there is a tough jump. So it's pretty impressive that he's getting up there. So really cool cover. Again, like what I wanted to talk about is the fact that like again, it's really impressive when artists can take another artist's song and kind of turn it into their own, where it like blurs the line of cover and original. It's interesting because it almost seemed like from some of his facial expressions like that he was almost singing from like personal experience, if that kind of makes sense. It seemed like it kind of blurred the line of, again, cover and original. It was like, he seems like he's really, feeling these lyrics. Again, I also want to talk about the fact that the professional musician versus amateur musician, it's so imperative, like, and it's only something you learn as you get older, not older, but like more mature in your performance. The key, such an important part of performing is like not letting the audience know when there's a mistake or making a big deal out of a mistake, because like so many people, like so many beginning artists make it so uncomfortable for the audience, and it's just awkward and nobody likes that, and then it's hard to recover from this. So just like if you hit a wrong note, just brush it off. It's all good. Like 99% of people don't even know. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what you think. Send me a text if you have any requests or want to say what's up. Again, my name is Jacob Restituto. Have a great rest of your day. God bless and peace out.